So that's how I see that. Lesson, the cerebral cortex is 50% of the brain mass. And then Lola, I thought by eating berries were enough to help my brain. Now I know different. Always been interested in the brain. Woo, okay. Well, thank you for that information. Yes. And so what's interesting for me, so let me get back to the second live. So the point is, and if you have to go, I understand. Please go do what you need to take care of. So from the first live, I learned again about all of the biases that people have. And I'm going to continue to talk about those and to say none of those biases has anything to do. And I called it the no fear zone. And it took a minute for people to understand that I was talking about fear. And then on the TikTok live, this person I retired, most of the live was talking and interacting with her, is that people think I retired, so somehow I don't have to do nothing. And then my stepfather retired in 2007, and my mother retired in 2009. They are both now 75 years old, and they have learned nothing new. They didn't go get degrees that they demanded that we have. They didn't do anything. And so my mother has all that time in front of the television and sports. She can run off sports for everything under the sun. But the stepfather is chasing money, trying to get this hot now, cold later. Just hot 50 over here. This is how I can do it over here. Quick fixes, shortcuts, and everything else. And they could both have doctorates by now, demanding these things, and have done nothing but want the brain to keep functioning, eating shit, drinking shit, popping pills, and everything else, and somehow want the brain to do what it came here to do. Don't take care of your car and see how long it lasts. Don't change the oil, throw a little bit of gas in it, don't get the tires rotated, no filters, no nothing, keep the same windshield wipers on there, everything. And you see how long that thing, just drive it, and it's gonna fall apart. Boy, they don't make cars like they used to. This don't make no sense. 5 years, the thing just falling all apart on me. And sometimes it's normal wear and tear. But if you got 100, 200,000 miles on a car and you ain't really did no maintenance on it, it is gonna cost you a couple $1,000s to keep it maintained. Or take it back and go get another one. So that's that. What else was I gonna say? And then the other thing is, when people talk about the brain, they don't talk about learning anything new. They talk about doing something. They don't talk about learning. So, brain activity, a good thing to do is to do some puzzles. Download a puzzle app. Okay, how is a puzzle app gonna help you in your business? Have a great day, Regina. How is a puzzle app gonna help you run your business? How is a puzzle app gonna help you solve your problems? How? A puzzle, crossword, gonna do Sudoku. So then they're trying to give you mind-numbing activities. And if they don't tell you the benefits of doing a puzzle, like I tell you that math will help you with your working memory. And the reason why we keep doing order of operations is so that you can take problems and solve them. Or if you have a bunch of tasks to do, you can put the task in order. That's why we're doing order of operations math. That's the whole point of that. So if you can't connect it to, I'm saying people are in the amygdala right now in this emotional state. We're going to stay over here and they're going to run out of shit to say, and then they're going to get escorted out. Same thing you can do in your own life. That's what this is about. So yes, you thought I could just eat some berries. I can just make sure I don't have any head trauma. So you walk around with a helmet on all day. I know you're not doing that, Kevin, but that's it. Instead of saying it. Now, why did this happen? Because the brain is complex, and the people who study the brain don't like people. So they can tell you all the parts of the brain, but they don't want to sit and say, this is how you use this part of the brain. This is how you use it. And even I'm following some neuroscientists and some neurologists, and they will say, this is the function. And then it stops after that. But they can't tell you, and they can even say, well, here are some exercises to do. Here are some exercises that you can do for your brain, but not really saying, how do you become best? That's where I come in. I'm saying you can use this to become the baddest mofo you know. You actually can benefit from it. You can get rid of all of the toxic people, unaccountables, by using your brain. By using logic and reason and facts and be objective, they can exit stage left. Instead of, here's how you tolerate a toxic person. No, you don't tolerate toxic people. Go sit and sleep and live in a landfill and see what happens to your whole entire body and your life. You don't tolerate them. You eliminate them. You remove them. When you go to the doctor and they give you a needle, they put it in that hazardous waste thing. Trash is taken away. You don't, it's like, if you got a virus or something, everybody's wearing masks and everything. Why would you tolerate a toxic person? Do you know what it's doing? You're letting them hijack your amygdala, and somehow you're supposed to be high functioning. That is absurd. So